hanging out with a clown. Some people say that God is serious. Some people say that God is dog spelled backwards. And some people say that God is funny. A guy said to God, "God, is it true to you that a billion years is like a second?" And God answered, "Oh, yes, my son." And the guy said, "God, is it true to you that $1 billion is like a penny?" And God answered, "Yes, my son." And the guy said, "God, can I have a penny?" And God said, "Sure, just a second." Turning today into tomorrow, all my morrows like in Shakespeare's plays, mewling and puking in my nurse's arms. All the world's a stage and we are but merely players. The past is gone, tomorrow's too soon. All I have is today. I stick a nickel in the jukebox and give it a good kick. "Hey man, why are you playing that song over and over and over again? A dime is a nickel and a penny is a billion. 2 bits, 4 bits, 6 bits, $1. Teardrops on my cheeks. Love comes and love goes, but you never loved the same way again." It's a funny thing when you fall in love and then love can break hearts. Sometimes they mend, but they never mend the same. A true love is a friendship gone insane. I remember my dad was partial to Chevys. His neighbor was partial to Fords. The doctor across the street was partial to Cadillacs. And me, I was partial to building buggies. I had an old Model A Ford steering wheel mounted on a broomstick that went through the dashboard of my buggy. It was made out of soap boxes and scrap wood. And at the bottom of that broomstick, I wrapped Mama's clothesline around it, and I connected it to the wheels to make it steer. And I made some brakes out of a couple boards. And when I would press on those boards, it would scrape against the back wheels. It had a soft top and a hard top, and a rag top, you might say. And I'd roll down the hill on that buggy night and day. There was nothing better and nothing worse than your first bicycle with training wheels, or roller skates, or a skateboard, or a scooter. That first motorcycle, or your first car, or pick-em-up truck. Slop the hogs and feed the cows, milk the cows and shear the sheep, sow the fields and go to Sunday on Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday. Early school in the morning, I'd walk 5 miles, but heck, that wasn't nothing. Rain or shine, there was no bus, and then you'd make your way home. I remember in junior high, planning all day, planning all day, planning all night. Which exit am I going to take so I don't get my hide handed to me? I could take the tow path, or I could take the path through the woods, or I could take the blacktop and go all the way around through town. Gangs with knives and chains. Those were the days no one was burnishing guns, switchblades and chains. How times have changed, for better or worse, I don't know. I look in the mirror and I still grin, and I say, where did all these years go? Well, spent my childhood either at the lake house or at the Jersey Shore. When I say lake house, I mean shack up there on the lake in northern New Jersey. It was nothing but a cabin, basically. I remember when Dad put the septic tank in and I was running across the yard and I fell right in. Woo-hoo-hoo, did that stink. Oh yeah, for better or worse, we grow up. Next thing you know, we're growing sideburns and shaving and we get hair on our chest. And then your teenage years come and you fall in love and you get your heart broken or you break somebody else's heart. You lay on your back and you have a piece of grass in your mouth, like a weed, you know, maybe a piece of buckwheat or maybe a piece of corn or maybe a piece of, I don't know, maybe a 4-leaf clover, maybe a piece of wheat. And then you could take that grass and you could loop over the stem and you could make the grass pop. And then you remember your first beer. Oh, that tasted kind of funny. That first corn silk cigarette and all those things. Childhood after World War II, slingshots in my pocket and roaming through Davy's Woods. Shooting up at the birds as they flew by till one day I hit one and drops of blood came down falling from the sky and tears from my eyes. Slaughtering sheep in a Sacramento way for Easter. You'd say a prayer or shooting a bull and gutting it out or getting a deer. The good old days, they've come and gone with a grin and heartbreak and good days and bad. Sometimes you wake up and you wonder where you were. Oh yeah, I had a tendency to break out in places. Chicago, San Francisco, Florida, France. You never knew when you started out the night before what land you'd wind up in. It's all like deja vu, lost time in the shadows of my mind. Speaking of lost shadows in my mind, Jimmy Buffett had an island down near Key West, and we're gonna feature a little Jimmy Buffett today. So let's get on with the shoe do 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 do. Hanging out with the do 91.5 WRPI Troy, the Upstate Underground.